It's Tuesday. I had just finished weeding this patch a little bit of strawberries. That's the patch. They harvested 2 days ago. I got all that off of that little patch. And we haven't had rain in over 2 weeks. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to show you what I'm working on down here. So on my way down the project, I noticed this carrot and spinach bed here. It's got a little lamb's quarter in it. These are peppers and just kind of ruby red Swiss chard. Just overwintered peppers over there. But what I wanted to show you is I just leave this hose trickling and it fills this trench up full of chips. So I'm soaking it in. Kind of the idea of a soaker hose. I usually don't need it, but it is just so dry. Actually, the water has seeped through my bed. So trying to move this over one ditch. Over here and run it for a while until it soaks this bed, soaks this next bed. Anyway, I won't have to keep watering these seedlings so much. It'll just saturate those whole mounds of earth under there. It should give me a break. Hopefully we'll get some rain this weekend. That's the tiniest corn I've ever seen. That was my extra flats from the greenhouse. So I stuck them out here and I'm just going to let them do what they're going to do. They're very confused, not very happy there. We just haven't had the rain. So you can tell where the moisture is. All these beds have the same seeds. The cilantro down here just went nuts. I got spinach in there, cilantro, volunteer potatoes from last year. As we go further up the hill, it's less and less happy. So I'm going to be addressing that. So here's my new mounds I've been working on. So since we're here, the outlet of all of this Earthworks right here, water's going to fill up this whole little section and then it's going to spill over, fill this bed, go down, spill over, fill that bed, fill that bed, fill that all the way down the hill, hopefully. So I had to rototill a number of passes and I would just scrape and rake the dirt up. I filled in under the fence there. So this is basically a giant pond. I filled in at both my gates. So when the water makes its way down here, hopefully it'll spill over right by that chair. And just go on down that ditch, feed my comfrey and blackberry patch down there. And hopefully it'll fill up about the same time and spill over that one. I'm hoping that the bed kind of equally spills out over that sill and over that sill. Now I'll probably get some erosion that's a little bit narrow, but I could put down some bricks or pack the earth, just tamp it down when it's wet. Well, this won't tamp, it's just too loose. It's all compost basically. But I can bring in clay and tamp it, or I can just lay some bricks, some pavers or something, and the water can just wash over the pavers and hopefully not wash out my mound. But we'll deal with that when we see it, because it's just a guess. I didn't laser level out or anything like that. So it's just way too difficult. All I got to do is add some dirt or take some dirt away. I may have to rototill this a little bit deeper, but I don't think it's going to spill out the gates. Pretty good mound. So that water is going to be stuck between these two gates. It's going to make its way downhill somewhere. So we'll find out where. So again, I did have to rototill a number of times to get in between the beds down where I wanted. So the water comes under where I'm standing here, and I'm going uphill. I'm showing you my uphill run there. I'll go up and show you the top. I don't want to walk across my soft bed, so I gotta follow the trail. Nice tin can. All right, here's my final, or this is my inlet. So I rototilled this a number of times, making sure not to hit the phone line that's down there. So now I got a mound of dirt, culvert, that's uphill that way. So the water's gonna come through this culvert, come off the road, it's gonna fill this whole ditch. It's all poison ivy there, so I'm gonna be having to get somebody to help me with that since I'm very allergic. I gotta clean that ditch out. We'll try to sheet mulch that poison ivy so it doesn't get in here. So anyway, it's not going to go over that mound. All of that water is going to come in here. And I think from the look of it, that it should pretty much flow. Now, I'm going to pull on the left more because to the right is uphill. So when it makes it around, it's going to pull and want to push out into the pasture there. My trick is to have it pull to the left and make its way up and then spill over the mound. I don't want it washing across right there. I don't want that water going straight, which it's going to try to do. I'm going to go straight over that bed. It's not going to go over this bed. This is plenty high, plenty dirt, and plenty good grade. The one I'm worried about is this one filling up, spilling there. If it does, then I'll have to dig that run. I'll have to dig out this run right here, rototill it all the way, and so I can get it to turn about around the corner. So if we get a blowout, washout, it's not that big a deal. We'll just deal with it. But I'm trying to get it where it's not going to do that from the start. So we're going to be holding back a lot of water. That's going to change this. This has been very dry up here. We're at the top of the ridge. The road runs right down the ridge. See, the other side is lower. This side's lower. We're right at the top of the stony, gravelly ridge. Old red clay. Not that we see so much of it. So when I have some rain, I'm going to show you what I'm up to. I forgot my seeds. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plant my sunflowers. I'm going to put one row of sunflowers right down the middle or the back of this one. And these are the ones I'm going to use. Kind of hand sorted. I just split apart one of the heads that didn't get eaten by the birds last year. So those are pretty nice, like 1 inch long seeds. I'm just going to put a row in one of these beds. Then I'm going to put my cucumbers in between, and then I'm going to put peppers and onions in here and make sure everything gets along. I'll have to look it up. So I got tomatoes to get in. So I'm definitely probably going to put tomatoes and basil right there between those gates, because that will be the higher use zone there. It'll be more traffic. Up here will be less traffic. And I'm definitely putting sweet potatoes up here. So this whole thing will just get covered with sweet potato foliage. So we're just going to get planting. I'll update you on what plants I finally end up putting in here. But man, we need some rain. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll keep you updated on this project. Oh yeah, once I get the seeds in, wood chips on the dark dirt on the planting bed. Then I'm going to let it rain, and when I know that the water's doing what I want to, all those valleys are going to get filled with wood chips. So this whole thing will be level, and it'll look totally different than it does now. You really wouldn't know what's going on underneath unless you watch this video, because it's going to be filled up. It's going to look pretty neat. I'll update you later. Thanks.